The story of America's biggest car manufacturer is filled with ups and downs. With a string of questionable decisions in its past, many are left scratching their heads, wondering how the company managed to weather the storm. From the government bailout during the chaos of the global financial crisis 15 years ago to the present day. Now it seems like GM is embarking on yet another turbulent journey. This time, the spotlight is on its electric vehicle endeavors, which are shaping up to be nothing short of chaotic. Don't believe us? Check out the 6 indicators in this video. Number 6. Ultium EVs are a total failure. A couple of years ago, GM proudly introduced a new electric car platform called Ultium. They thought it would make them a big rival to Tesla in the electric automobile market. GM spent a lot of money making new cars using this platform, like the GMC Hummer and the Cadillac Lyriq. But none of them became very popular. Last year, GM sold 76,000 plug-in vehicles, but most were the old Bolt EV model, which they stopped making. Only 13,830 cars using the Ultium technology were sold in 2023. That's not a lot, considering how much money GM spent on it. If you remember what Barra said 2 years ago, GM thought they'd sell 400,000 electric cars by 2023, but that didn't happen. And now they're not planning on it anytime soon. They gave up on that big plan. Out of the almost 14,000 cars they sold, 2/3 were Cadillac Lyriqs. Other models haven't sold very quickly, with some only selling a couple of hundred cars. Experts say the reason isn't just because people aren't interested. It's more about GM not being able to make cars efficiently. They're spending way too much money making each car, so they're losing money on every electric car they sell. In recent years, GM officials have been making excuses for many delays. They even pushed back the production of their Silverado EV to late 2025. Meanwhile, Honda might cause some trouble for General Motors' plans. They just released their first electric car, the Prologue, with help from GM. GM promised to make 40,000 Prologues in 2024 and 70,000 in 2025. But with things the way they are now, that probably won't happen. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this video, do well to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to show your support. If you've done that, let's continue. Number 5. Software issues. If you've searched for GM electric vehicle problems online, you might have discovered that these electric vehicles have faced many reliability issues. Among them, the Blazer EV stands out as particularly problematic, with numerous issues leading GM to halt its sales. Reports from sources like Edmunds and other testers reveal a litany of problems, especially the poor design of the Blazer. From infotainment system failures to battery issues and the inability to charge at public stations, the Blazer electric car had a whole lot of challenges that hindered its performance. Nowadays, we understand that these problems stemmed from poorly designed software created by GM's own team. They have swiftly tackled the issue, as confirmed by Barra Sentinok, the company's vice president overseeing products, software, and services. He assured that all issues, including the major one concerning the inability to charge the battery at public stations, were resolved. Sentinok explained that certain coding errors hindered smooth integration with public chargers. However, GM's response was marred by significant shortcomings, as the software update came with numerous compromises. Although charging functionality may have been restored, GM's software engineers failed to address issues with smartphone integration. Also, features like Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are no longer available on the Blazer EV. Despite GM's assertions that external services are unnecessary because their in-house software is superior, evidence suggests otherwise. So here's the thing. The semi-autonomous driving system, Super Cruise, remains a serious problem as it continues to malfunction. These errors are widespread across all GM models, including Ultium-based EVs. The issue has become more pronounced, especially as independent test teams have found that Ford's Super Cruise operates more effectively, with greater ease of use and overall convenience. Number 4. Chevy Bolt EV problems. General Motors' challenges with electric vehicles began long before the launch of the Ultium platform. It all began with their initial mass-produced EV, the Chevy Bolt, which had a troubling tendency to catch fire. While all plug-in vehicles carry some level of risk, the Bolt's risk was increased due to specific design flaws in its battery. Initially, the company recalled 50,000 Bolts manufactured between 2017 and 2019. However, it became apparent that even after undergoing recall repairs, the EVs continued to pose safety concerns. An interesting aspect was the guidance provided by GM officials to customers, recommending that they park their cars outside houses and garages to minimize potential damage to nearby structures and vehicles. Additionally, owners were advised to park their Bolt EVs on higher floors or open-air decks and maintain a distance of 50 feet or more from other vehicles. Furthermore, they were cautioned not to leave the vehicle charging unattended, even when using a charging station in a parking deck. In the previous year, there was yet another significant recall involving 111,000 Bolt EVs, manufactured from 2017 to 2023 due to a fire risk. This time, the issue stemmed from the seatbelt pretensioners. Specifically, there was concern regarding potential crashes and the deployment of the seatbelt pretensioner, as the exhaust from the pretensioner could ignite carpet fibers near the B-pillar. In response, GM devised an innovative solution, offering to install metal foil on the carpet near the exhaust to mitigate the risk. Number 3. Silverado and Sierra EV delays. Given Americans' strong affinity for pickup trucks, it's understandable that GM is focusing heavily on electrifying this segment. While the company initially launched the GMC Hummer pickup, it was evident that even more exciting offerings were on the horizon. Notably, the all-electric Silverado and its counterpart from GMC, the Sierra. The plans were big, not only to catch up with the already selling F-150 Lightning, but to establish the basis for a model that would soon enough take the place of the internal combustion Silverado and Sierra models, which are by far the biggest moneymakers for General Motors. However, a string of various factors such as high production costs, low demand, and the challenge of designing a suitable electric pickup have resulted in the company currently manufacturing no more than 500 units per month. Also, only the base work truck version is available, with mass production slated for late 2025, though further delays are also conceivable. In essence, instead of the originally envisioned rapid transition, it may take years, if not decades, to match the performance of GM's excellent ICE versions of full-size pickups. Number 2. Share buyback. Looking back, it's evident that GM prioritized rapid electrification even at the expense of its capital and long-term viability. Despite investing billions, the company struggled to streamline production and reduce costs. As a result, production volumes remain low, primarily due to the persistent high costs. Scaling up production would only exacerbate losses, prompting management to halt EV initiatives to preserve capital. This strategic pause is essential for recalibrating the approach and ensuring sustainable growth in the future. The postponement of significant electric vehicle projects left shareholders dissatisfied. They felt that General Motors failed to meet their expectations. To reassure investors, Barra and her team opted for a bold strategy, buying back shares worth $10 billion. This move aimed to placate shareholders and restore confidence in the company. As per the latest updates, the buyback program is set to conclude later this year. Several banks are involved in the process, including Bank of America Corporation, Goldman Sachs Group Incorporated, Barclays Bank PLC, and Citigroup Incorporated. Number 1. Dealers prefer hybrids. The EPA recently introduced a less ambitious proposal, signaling a notable slowdown in EV growth. Moreover, the middle class remains hesitant to adopt EV technology, indicating a significant barrier to widespread acceptance. In essence, GM's swift pursuit of electrification has encountered obstacles, necessitating a reassessment of its approach. This shift underscores the importance of adapting strategies to the changing scenes of electric mobility. Dealers are acutely aware of this reality as they serve as the crucial link between buyers and the manufacturer, recognizing that widespread EV adoption is unlikely in the near future. They are cautious about making investments in electric vehicles infrastructure. The recent case involving Buick dealers shows this point vividly. Dealers prioritize selling vehicles that are in demand and profitable, which currently includes hybrids and traditional gas-powered cars. They are reluctant to commit resources to EVs until they become more mainstream and financially viable. If you look around, it's evident that companies such as Toyota, which opted to invest in hybrids over EVs, are reaping the rewards with record-high profit margins. Hybrids are experiencing rapid growth compared to EVs. This shows their increasing popularity. Therefore, it's understandable that Barra and other executives have signaled a shift in focus towards gas-electric vehicles in the company's future strategy. This strategy reflects the market dynamics and the pragmatic approach needed to sustain profitability. Alright guys, we've come to the end of this video, and if you enjoyed it, do well to click on the like and subscribe buttons. Don't forget to check out other videos on our playlist. We've got some amazing content for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.